Oh, hi everyone. Hope you have had a good day so far and are doing well. I'm back today with TreadSmart reviews. So, today I'm going to review a mutual fund. I've had a lot of questions from investors, from friends, from family about NFOs. So, new fund offerings coming through from mutual funds and what we should do. So, friends, whenever there are new fund offers, you should not think blindly about investing in them. इनमें इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए ही नहीं बनाया गया है. देर आर मैनी अदर म्यूचुअल फंड स्कीम्स दैट आर ओपन और हम उनमें भी ओपन जो है उनमें भी इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं. जो हमको सोचना है वो ये है कि क्या ये न्यू फंड ऑफरिंग हमारे पोर्टफोलियो के लिए सूट करता है. अगर ये हमारे पोर्टफोलियो में अगर ये करंट मार्केट सिचुएशन के हिसाब से मैच करता है देन हम इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं. एल्स एनएफओ इज नॉट समथिंग दैट इज जस्ट टू बी इन्वेस्टेड इन. Please remember this, guys. This is very important, and we should always treat our money well. Remember, we do a lot to earn our money. We should also treat our money well in terms of where we invest it. So, with that caveat for today, we are going to review in a very quick fire manner the ICICI Pru Flexi Cap fund and try to understand and the rationale behind if we should invest or not. So, in terms of the fund and where it's placed, right? So, what do we need to know for the key points of investing? So, the good thing about this fund is it's flexible. Understand that this fund can invest up to 65 to 100% in equities, but it also has the ability to invest up to 35% in debt funds or debt instruments, and also up to 10% in REITs. The great thing that I like about this fund is it can also invest in equity derivatives. You might have heard about futures and options. That is exactly derivatives. So, in a quick fire manner, I love the flexibility that this fund offers. Experienced fund managers. This fund is going to be managed by Mr. Rajat Chandok. He is actually the fund manager for ICICI Blue Chip Fund, the ICICI Balanced Advantage Fund, and also advises on the ICICI Multi Cap Fund. इससे क्या पता चलता है फ्रेंड्स? इससे यही पता चलता है कि ये जो फंड मैनेजर है ये लार्ज कैप, मिड कैप एंड बैलेंस्ड में फंड्स में ओवरऑल ही इज गुड. ही इज अ सॉलिड फंड मैनेजर. उनके जो पोर्टफोलियो रिटर्न्स है आप देख सकते हैं इन तीनों फंड्स के काफी अच्छे हैं. He is also very good at changing allocation, which is the key reason why we want to invest in this fund. The third point, it is curated to take risk. The best thing about this fund is it can change in terms of taking risks as well as it can be conservative. So ये कभी रिस्की हो जाएगा जब इसको लगे कि ओ मार्केट्स में अब बहुत ज़्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी है. इट कैन टेक रिस्क and it can also go slow. So it can invest in REITs, which are mainly slow moving dividend yielding assets. So वो ज़्यादा aggressively invest नहीं करते in terms of REITs and also in debt. So please understand this is a key point that this fund is able to generate returns in both the environments, which is a high key aggressive equity environment as well as when equity is in a downturn, which could very possibly come very soon. Expense ratio. One thing to know about this is whenever you invest in mutual funds, know about the expense ratio. Expense ratio meaning if you are investing 100 rupees in a certain fund, what is the ratio of the expenses which essentially the fund manager or the fund management team takes as their own salaries or their own expenses. So for this fund, it's going to be slightly on the higher side. It's not declared yet, but it will very likely be over 1.5, which is generally on the higher side. However, I still feel this fund deserves it because of the flexibility and just the overall key indicators that this fund has, and also just the variables in terms of the investment routes that this fund can do for you. Growth versus dividend. I get this question so many times. Friends, generally, always opt for growth if you have time and if you will want to invest for a longer period of time 3, 5, 7, 10, or even longer years. For dividend option, only the times when you have a large amount of money and you actually need to survive off something that comes out of that fund is when you opt for dividend. So generally mostly opt for growth And if you do need to opt for dividend, we'll talk about how we can generate money and regular income as well in the upcoming videos that we talk. SIP versus lump sum, again, something that I get a lot of times. Generally, I prefer SIP, which stands for Systematic Investment Plan, right? So invest systematically every month. It has a lot of benefits. It reduces the risk, also introduces rupee cost averaging, which reduces the currency risk and stuff like that. So in short, very advantageous. However, if you have a lump sum and you absolutely want to invest in it, it's okay to do it. However, please be very, very, very assured that you are not investing large sums of money, especially when markets are at highs. So, what should be the portfolio allocation and when should you actually opt for it, right? So, be strategic here, which means if your portfolio doesn't have a fund that currently is allocated towards the mid and the small cap side, I think this fund can be in your portfolio because this is a flexi cap fund, can choose from a universe of the entire stocks that listed on the Indian bourses. Also, I generally recommend systematic investment plan of 1000 to 2000 for smaller investors, and that could be a solid bet for long-term investors. If you have a higher income profile, you could always invest up to 5 10,000 per month as well. But generally, 1000 to 2000 is what most of my investor profiles would have. So I advise that. And also, do understand that this is a pure equity exposure that you will take. So there is risk, right? So understand the risk, understand that this portfolio can hedge as well with debt and with REITs, but also those come with risk. So understand the risk, but I still feel this fund deserves a place in your portfolio. So with that, once you understand these and start investing, remember that the NFO is closing very soon. It's closing on the 12th. So try to place your orders today or before the 12th, and you will have it allotted in the next few days. Overall, if you have any other questions, comment on the video and we will revert. You also have our email address, treadsmart@gmail.com. Reach out if you have questions, friends. I've had some questions. I look forward to having more as well and answering those. Also, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos if you feel it helps you. So, thank you so much, everyone. Take care and please, please, please invest well. Thank you.